6 of the Super Single Battling League. This week we are facing off Aaron 1-2 and his Rome Empoleons. So now guys, this is a re-recording of the battle. I initially did a live comm. I did. The recording went well. We got through the team breakdown. We got through the battle. It was except my recording. I apparently recorded everything but the battle, so I have a file for the first 5 minutes before the battle and the next 17 hours of the battle, of after the battle. So last night I was trying to upload what I thought what the battle was to YouTube. It was taking forever, and I was a bit suspicious. And it turned out, it was a 17-hour long video, and I was like, damn. But here we are. Before I get right into the battle, right into Aaron's team, I want to give a huge shout out to John Jr. and his amazing new logo. I commissioned John to revamp our San Ant Eggys logo. I felt like I loved our logo, but I feel like we should sort of get a new update. So yeah, you guys should have seen our new logo on the previous video where I faced off George. So yeah, I absolutely love it. Let me know what you think of it down below. And then another thing is, our layouts should be YouTube appropriate now. I was on my phone the other day and I realized that my thumbnails were being cut off. I will admit I was lazy. I did not want to fix my thumbnails. Like, I have like a basic layout which I used. But yeah, as that aside, those were the two announcements I wanted to make before we get into the team of Aaron. So yeah, thank you again, John Jr., and welcome new thumbnails. So on the screen right now, you can see Aaron's team. He has the Azumarill, the Scolipede, the Ferrothorn, the Donphan, the Incineroar, the Mienshao, the Asogore, the Rhyperior, the Mismagius, the Zebstrika, and the Megalodios. Now he has a very scary team. Some of his bigger threats being that Azumarill, the Scolipede, and the latest Megalodios. He also has the Asogore, which can like run a Choice Scarf Final Gambit, which is very scary. He has Ferrothorn and Donphan for setup, for removal on the Donphan, and Incineroar was that Intimidate, which can get really annoying, and then finally that Mienshao that can just, break a lot of teams with the Choice Scarf for Choice Band, and it also has Regenerator, which is a really interesting, interesting choice for it. But yeah, I was obviously very scared of his Z2, both of his Z captains in Azumarill and Scolipede. Very, very scary threats, and I did not want to face him, to be honest. So, with that in mind, this is the team I brought for this week. First up, we have Peekaboo, our Mimikyu, with the Mimikyu MZ Disguise, Shadow Claw, Play Rough, Shadow Dance, and Shadow Sneak. It's intended to, be a late game sweeper. We are max attack, jolly max speed. So yeah, a pretty basic set in my opinion. What Mimikyu brings. Next up, we have a fully physically defensive Blue Ball the Amogus with the Black Sludge Regenerative ability, Spore, SpongeBob, Clear Smog, and Giga Drain. So the idea here is, for some reason, this is sort of reset all the stats, because Scolipede, Azumarill, and Megalodios like to set up. So Clear Smog is just to make the threat not a threat. And yeah, one of my biggest worries about the Azumarill is it does get Sap Sipper. And so if I click like Spore or Giga Train on the switch in, he gets a +1 in attack, which is super scary because Azumarill is typically run physically, and with Belly Drum it's even of a bigger threat. Next up, we have Montoya, the Cobalion, Choice Scarf this week, Stone Edge, Ironhead, Full Switch, Exegor, max HP, enough speed to outspeed a +1 Adamant Scolipede, or in speed, and then 24 in defense. So yeah, I know I've been bringing a lot of Choice Scarf Cobalions. I promise in the future I won't bring a Choice Scarf Cobalion. I thought he had a good matchup this week. Next up, we have Black Manta the Araquanid with the Wakam Liquidation, Poison Jab, Leech Light, and Sticky Web. Sticky Web, just in case I can get it up. I feel like I've been prioritizing my Sticky Webs rather than my Stealth Rocks, so keep in mind of that. Leech Life, Liquidation for Stab, and then Poison Jab is for the Azumarill. Now, the reason why I'm running Wakam is just in case he has coverage for Araquanid in the Megalodios. If he clicks, Thunderbolt. So if he clicks Thunderbolt, then we can live the hit. We can live 2 hits of a modest, max modest Latias, and then we can, use Leech Life, gain our life back, and then, live another Thunderbolt. So yeah, pretty nice, pretty nice. Next up, we have a little Eggy, Sir Eggy, with the choice specs this week: Frisk, Flamethrower, Draco Meteor, Slave Storm, and Sledge Bomb. Originally, I had a Trick Room set, but that set could not touch the Azumarill if he was Sap Sipper. And then I realized that I didn't see that he got Sledge Bomb, so I was very worried because I couldn't touch the Azumarill at all until I saw Sledge Bomb. I believe I have enough defense to live. That might be wrong. Play rough just barely by one HP. From the Azumarill, an adamant max attack Azumarill. What else? Yeah. Otherwise, we just like dent things in. And then finally, we have Easy Bake, the Rotom Heat with the choice specs this week: Levitate, Overheat, Volswitch, Shadow Ball, and Trick. We're running a bit of a weird set. I think we're running enough special attack to kill Azumarill with a Volswitch max HP. A Trick just to like hinder the Azumarill or to hinder the Incineroar if it brings it. Shadow Ball for the Mega Latias. Mismagius, Volswitch is for stab, Overheat for stab. And yeah, that's our team for week 6. Let's get right into the replay and not the battle. So on the screen, you can see he brought the Mismagius, he's brought the Scolipede, he brought the Azumarill, he brought the Mega Latias, the Ferrothorn, and the Mienshao. Sort of what I thought he was going to bring. He has a really well-rounded team, and almost anything could have come. But we have enough coverage for everything, in my opinion. All right. So I decided to leave off with Rotom Heat. I really didn't know what I wanted to lead off with. I could have, led with Cobalion. Revealed that I'm Choice Scarfed, but I didn't like that idea. So I led with Easy Bake. I thought he had a great setup, except for the Azumarill, but we could have lived a hit from it anyways. And so, yeah, he leaves with Mismagius. I'm carrying Shadow Ball, and so I decided to click Shadow Ball. It turns out he is Substitute, which was very interesting. We click Shadow Ball. We knock out that... We eliminate the Substitute, and then he goes for a Nasty Claw here, which was very interesting. I believe Shadow Ball killed from this range, but if it didn't, it didn't matter. We got a crit. Very unfortunate on Aaron's part. He goes into Azumarill, and I'm like, oh crap, I gotta go out. I go into Blue Ball, and he goes back into Latias, which was a good read on his part. I go into Montoya. He calls Bind, and I'm like, oh my god. So I go for the Xyzor, and it does about like a quarter of his health, which is not good whatsoever, because he just starts setting up here. As you will see, I go for the Xyzor here again. Mind you, I'm Choice Scarfed, and he clicks for cover. So at this point, I'm like, oh god, there's no way I can beat this thing. I have Mimikyu in the back. I can click our Z move, so I sort of have to sack something, just to get Mimikyu in for free. So I decide to sack off. I go up for one more time, expecting a Calm Mind, and then I decide to switch out. Expecting him to recover, which he does. I click Clear Smog just in case he he recovers, but I get my Peekaboo in. He breaks my Disguise, which is a shame, but this is what I had to do. I click my Z move. I'm gonna knock out the Latias, and so this sort of brings in, I believe, the Azumarill. I could be wrong. Yeah, it does bring in the Azumarill. I decided to go for the Play Raw, try to knock him out. I was really hoping to get him below 50% so he couldn't use Billy Drum. He goes for the Aqua Jet, kills me, which is fine. I go into Cobalion. And so this is one of my bigger misplays. I go for the Volt Switch, which was a really bad move. I'd guess coming at the time they were on their way, and so I wanted to get this battle over with really quickly. So I just go for my no-brainer play, and I click Volt Switch. It's a slow Volt Switch, so I was like, okay, this is gonna kill, and it does not. He lives on 10% health, so I have to go into my Araquanid, and if right here, as you can see, the play rush is gonna miss. If it did not miss there, then we would have lost the game. I had no real answer to Azumarill at this point. I almost brought enough speed to outspeed Azumarill on a little Eggy, but I didn't, and so we almost paid the price for it. So he's gonna miss a play off. We're gonna kill him with Poison Jab, and he's going to go into the Scallopede next, which is scary, right? He goes for the Rock Slide, which does enough to over half. He flinches us, which is fine. You know, he gets to miss, and then then he gets to flinch. So I wasn't too mad about that. I'm going to go ahead and let him kill Black Manta. He's not needed that much in the match. I go into Rotom Heat. I'm going to click Overheat here. Oh, no, actually, I'm sorry. I clicked Trick. And I forgot that it was one of his Z-Captains. If I clicked Overheat here, then we would have been in a different situation. But I don't. And I'm going to go into Cobalion because I need the Rotom. I also didn't want him to flinch me to death. So I go into Matoya. I'm going to click... I should have, you know... Here, I should have gone back into Rotom. I knew the Earthquake was coming. I just didn't want to lose my Rotom. But now thinking about it, I think that was my big mistake. So, yeah. Here, he's going to go for the Protect, which was interesting. I go for the Overheat, which, you know, doesn't matter that much. And then he goes for the Rock Slide. We live. We go for the Overheat. So here, you know, if I stayed in with Easy Bake, we still would have had our Cobalion, and it would have outsped everything, unless he was Choice Scarf Mienshao, which we later found out he wasn't. He goes into Mienshao. I'm going to let him knock me out here. He's going to go into his Ferrothorn, because he has no other choice. I go into Suriki, and I just click Flamethrower, but that's pretty much the game here. We knocked out the Ferrothorn, so Suriki gets a kill, but he's going to go to Mienshao. He goes for the High Jump Kick. We live. We go from Flamethrower, and we almost knock him out. So if we had gotten a burn there, which was a 10% chance of happening, then we would have won the game. But here, it's basically Aaron won the game, unless he misses his High Jump Kick. Actually, he clicked it twice. There's a chance he could have missed. But, you know, we got a miss earlier, and so we're going to lose to Aaron 1-0. I feel like I really watched this game, to be honest. I had some big misplays here. I really didn't play properly. I just wanted to get the battle over with. I feel like this was a really winnable game. If we had a Cobalion still, I think we would have won, to be honest, because if he knocked out, he turned out to be Choice Bandit, I believe, from that damage. So if we had lived, we would have been able to go in the Cobalion, knock him out with Iron Head, with close combat, with whatever the move may be, and we would have won 1-0. But we didn't, and we lost 1-0. So, you know, it's looking like our playoff picture isn't that good. It's going to be very tough for us to move on. But yeah, guys, if you guys enjoyed watching the video, make sure you hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new around here. Make sure you praise the word of a little Eggy. Alright, guys, my name is Sir Herky the Great, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye!